What I'm about to share is only for the wise. So if that's not you, move on. If you don't want to think for yourself, move on. If all you want to do is parrot what your pastor preaches, if you can't think outside of the box, move on. If all you want is just an echo chamber of voices that you agree with, move on. But if you are able, and if you want to think outside of the box because you know that God is not limited to boxes, this is for you. Most scholars concur that the Gospel of Mark was written first. It is the oldest of all four Gospels. In the Gospel of Mark, Jesus is portrayed as being very human. Mark does not even mention the virgin birth at all. Why? Didn't people need to know about it? Wasn't it important? Or did it happen? It wasn't for years later before the other Gospels were written. Surely people would have passed away in the meantime. Didn't they need to know about the virgin birth? The Gospel of Mark also portrays Jesus as being very quiet. When he did miracles, time and time again, he's like, shh, don't tell anybody. He's really quiet. During his trial and crucifixion, he says next to nothing, surprisingly quiet. Years later, we have Luke and Matthew who wrote their Gospels. And it's commonly believed that Luke and Matthew used Mark as their source, almost like a template. They edited Mark, they took some things out, and they added some things. One of the things they added was a little bit more divinity to Jesus. They added the story of the virgin birth. And things like in Matthew where Peter says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." So Jesus is a little bit more vocal in these Gospels. Years after the fact. Now this is far removed from the fact, okay? Years later, the Gospel of John was written. In John, Jesus is very divine. God manifest in the flesh. The I am the good shepherd. I am the door. I am the gate. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the resurrection and the life. Before Abraham was, I am. All of these bombastic sayings of Jesus. What happened? Mark, who was actually closer to the actual time of Christ, didn't he remember this? Didn't he think about it? Why didn't he write about all of these things that John wrote, all the great sayings of Jesus? Notice there is a pattern here. Jesus in the stories becomes more and more divine. Why? Could it be that people just added to the story as time went on, like some people do today?